Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. And if you've seen me in any of the social medias lately, you know there's a lot of excitement going on. And I've been getting some questions about who I am, what's been happening, and what's coming up, what's going on. So I decided to make a little video. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a PowerPoint girl. So I'm going to share this little PowerPoint I put together and catch you up and see where we're going. So let's, there we go. Okay, so I want to take this chunk of my life and share a little bit. Not going to take too long, I promise. But in 2006, let me find this advance button. There we go. I was a very big girl. I was about 400 pounds here, maybe a little bigger. And but I had the gift of mobility. I was very, very blessed. About 2 years later, I weighed a little more, and I have a picture later on showing that that's a pattern. It's been in my life, just my weight just going up and up and up. So 2008, I quit my medical practice and I went home to take care of my parents. And uh, I put this picture in. That's not my little girl. I would be so blessed if she were, but her mother actually took the picture. And it just so happened that 8 years later, after my parents transitioned, her mother came to visit me, and it's the same little girl. But you might also notice that I'm in a wheelchair. I needed my father's wheelchair just to get around the house. And I needed a miracle. I don't know if you can read this, but the two scientists are talking, and he's got then a miracle occurs. I think he wrote that. And then the other scientist says, I think you need to explain a little bit more here in step two. So, we don't talk about miracles in health and wellness. I'm not making a claim. I'm just telling you, I needed a miracle at the time. And I found a product that really helped me. And with that one product, I lost 85 pounds in 8 months. I got out of that wheelchair. I added more things over the years. I did a keto diet. I did some intermittent fasting. And I had a total weight loss as of 2020 of about 145 pounds. I can't say exactly because I didn't have a scale that would measure me when I was at my peak. But you'll see I have a good estimate about where I was because in the year 2000, not 2000, 2020, I turned 60 and I was like, okay, I'm going to plot every decade of my life where my weight was. And you can see uh, I haven't been normal weight since high school. College, I was definitely in the overweight category. Medical school, I was obese. And my residency and internship residency, master's in public health, all of that morbidly obese for all those, not just years, decades. And right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but right here at I'll say around 1995, I took a weight loss drug for a little while and it worked, but I had some side effects and I had to stop it. And of course, as soon as I stopped it, my weight went right back up beyond where I was when I started the weight loss drug, just right on the same trajectory. And I reached my peak at the year 2000, and I'm estimating that I was like 430 pounds then. And there was some stress. I moved to my parents around, I'm not sure what year this is, but I moved to my parents, took care of two um, elderly parents, one bed bound, my mom, and my father wheelchair bound. And when they both transitioned, like you saw, I needed his wheelchair. And I knew there was no prescription I could write that would heal my body, that would not involve either kidney damage, liver damage, or addiction. And I was in a pickle because my family lives generally long and in pain. And I did not want someone having to do for me what I had to do for my parents for those 8 years that I took care of them. And a friend of mine said, try my minerals. And so I was desperate enough to try her minerals. And right here at B is when I started her minerals and alkaline water. And within 8 months, I dropped from uh, about 410, I think I was here, down to 325. And amazingly, I continued after that with adding some other things, but eventually I got down to 285. And it was a miracle, I have to say. But on with the rest of the story. Oh, so here's the photographic evidence. This was right around when I started the hydration and nutrition. This was the 8 months later. And then, I don't know, 5 years later was the picture on the right. So it was a true amazing change. Well, then I gained 15 pounds back. Now I'm glad I didn't, I mean, 15 pounds, that meant I was still mostly under 300 pounds, which is still amazing, but my body did not like those extra pounds one little bit. I could feel it, especially in my knees, but I could feel it everywhere. And it even showed in my blood because I have a live blood analysis. I'm so thankful I was able to get this procedure. But if you look on the screen, that's my blood that just came out of my fingertip. I hate the finger pricks, but it's necessary. And that's not the way blood is supposed to look, right? Blood's supposed to be the little biconcave discs independently floating around, but you see clumping, you see something, they're called rouleau formations, but the blood cells are sticky and they're not free flowing and they're actual micro clots. And I was one tiny little incident away from disaster. Now, you might say, well, weren't you taking all this nutrition? Yeah, I was taking all this nutrition. And I believe that taking all that nutrition is why I was still alive on this day, because um, I could feel like little sensations that I couldn't explain in my brain. And I'm telling you, I I was delusional because I knew what to do, but I wasn't doing what I knew I needed to do. And seeing it in my blood, seeing the dehydration, seeing the inflammation, seeing I mean, it was a shocker, but it also explained everything that I was feeling. It explained, like, the pain or the just, I can't even, I don't have the words for it. I'm sorry, but it kicked me into action. So I doubled to tripled my water intake. I increased the pH of my water. I doubled my vitamins and minerals. I tripled my essential fatty acids. I tripled my antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. I tripled my probiotics. And I took digestive enzymes, which I really didn't prior to that. I didn't focus on the enzymes a lot. But I took digestive enzymes on an empty stomach at bedtime. A few months later, this is what happened. I lost 22 pounds in the last 6 months. Now, I'm not looking for him to come back, but what's the new lingo? I released 22 pounds. I feel so much better. But here's the question. Will it show in my blood? So in about 10 days, I have a repeat live blood analysis coming. So stay tuned. All righty. So that's what's going on. That's how I got to this place. That's was my moment of truth, and that's what's coming. So I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and we'll see what happens with my blood. Love you all. Mwah.